Hey everybody, welcome to Settle Out West OG. I'm Marcus. Just another day in the life right now. Nothing special going on. My ADHD got the best of me, and I'm gonna start working on a different project than the honeydews. I was watching a video online of a dude that was building a whole backyard outdoor setup, and one of the things that he put up was a swing. And I was thinking to myself, like, wow, why haven't I done that? That's easy enough. Doesn't take a whole lot of materials. And so, yeah, that's what I'm gonna move on to for right now, which is kind of funny because I have all of the metal laid out right now to put that up there, and I guess it's nice enough. I just don't want to work with metal right now. So the idea of making a wooden frame to hang a swing seat from, or even like a hammock, or maybe both. Maybe I'll do both. There's an idea. But yeah, the idea of doing that, putting that together, just appeals to me more. So that's what I'm going to work on for right now. Like, this guy turned out to be a whole disappointment. Right now, it's just like a monument to junk, really. The cloth on the seat ripped. And so I'm undecided as to whether or not I want to, put together, like, uh, make another one or like, make I have plywood, so I could even do like a plywood seat underneath, and that way we're not worried about that. But let me show you. See, up there at the top it's ripping, and right there along the bottom, that's the whole piece that holds the seat in place. So now, even with the cushion, which, oh, I forgot about that. So the cushion actually blew away on this weeks ago, I think, with one of the storms. But either way, like, it didn't bother me because, like I said, it's all ripped up anyway, and so I'm gonna have to just go ahead and put a new one in, if I even keep it. But either way, like, I've got a hammock swing that I got from Temu. Yeah, so I bought that on Temu. It's literally just been stuffed in a closet because I have nowhere to hang it. There's no trees here, so I just wasn't sure what I was gonna do with it, when I'd do something with it. But like I said, watching that video, it kind of inspired me to get out here, dig a couple holes, sink in concrete some poles, and like you know, put up a base for the hammock to sit on, the hammock swing to sit on. It's a sitting one. It's one of those woven ones. It's nice enough, I guess. I just didn't have anything to hang it from, so now I'll have something to hang it from, and we can go from there. In fact, I'm pretty sure back east I have a couple of them that I might have bought in Mexico or Costa Rica even, but just never had trees to hang them, so they've just been stuffed in a corner somewhere. I'll have to look for those. But in the meantime, that's what I'm going to be working on, is building that. And so essentially what it's going to entail is 3 4x4s. The ones I have are 10 feet long, so I'll just do like, I'll sink them about 2 feet in the ground. So they'll be 8 feet tall, just to hang the hammock from the top and, like, give them the swing. And then one going across the top itself. Then I'm going to have to shave down, I think. I don't need it to be a full 10 feet wide. So, but, we'll see as I get into it. I'm probably not going to do it this afternoon because it's already pretty late in the afternoon. And while there is sun out here, it's going to go down probably in the next half hour or so, like that, like super fast. Tomorrow is the longest. No, tomorrow's the first day that the days start getting long again. So that's something to look forward to as well. So I'll probably just get out here early tomorrow and start working on that. But in the meantime, if you like the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and share, please. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps. And we'll go from there. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey, good morning, y'all. Welcome back. So today, like I said, I wanted to set up and do these the posts for the hammock swing. But also I woke up actually with the energy to just go ahead and finish the top of that, like I've been saying I was gonna do. Where's my finger? It's not there. But yeah, you get it. That right there. So I'll probably end up doing both of those today. We'll see how it goes. But right now I'm still unsure as to where I want to put this thing. So, like, the problem, I think, the main problem for me is that this is where the outdoor area is, the shower, the hot tub. and I want to put it relative to that, but where? I mean, I could put it over here where I'm standing at, which is pretty flat and level, or I could put it sort of adjacent over here. I'm really unsure and undecided on this, because also I was thinking that I want to build this out to more, to have an actual deck that comes out to here. That that's still not a bad idea. But yeah, to have a deck that comes out to here, so that I can add a outdoor kitchen and like an actual seating area. Like there's a little bit of room here for a couple chairs, but not much. It's funny though, out here making these plans, like I got like a party of people coming to visit. But the reason I typically don't have people out here visiting is I don't have space. I've got this sun is crazy. Let me turn around. I've got limited space in the little house I just built, and then in my camper there's also, it's a camper, so there's not a ton of space there either. So I typically don't have a ton of people out here for these reasons, but here I am building out my deck and everything to have an entertainment area for a bunch of people. I got to build a house first, but baby steps. In the meantime, back to what I'm doing here. We're gonna put these holes in the ground. I'm gonna just do it right there because I think this makes the most sense. Follow me here. So if I want to build this out, let's say another 6 feet, from that corner, 6 feet going this way, and then coming out here. And I've got over here, just on the edge of it, the swing. I do not know what that rattling noise is, but it's driving me crazy. I apologize, guys. But if I'm putting the swing like right here, the post right over here or whatever, it's right up against that, and you can sort of just like walk over on the deck and get up on the swing, and it works, I think, in my head anyway. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do today is just dig the holes over here. But also, what I want very specifically is they look so small in the camera, but they're huge. Like those mountains over there, like I kind of want it facing that so you can see the mountains, see the view, because you guys see the view at the opening of every video. By the way, I shoot that every single time. That's why it's different all the time. Sometimes it's a little later in the day, sometimes there's snow, sometimes there's smoke, other crap. It's always a different one that I shoot, so it's not recycled footage. But anyway, yeah, you guys see this all the time. Those mountains right there are my focus on what I want to be able to look at and just enjoy the view of while sitting in this chair. And so I almost feel like it needs to be on an angle, because if we're over here and that's the edge and it's just going straight across like this, then that's what we're looking at, which isn't that, So I kind of want to put it on an angle so that I can, have a perfect view of that while I'm sitting there relaxing in my hanging chair. And that's what's got me having such a dilemma about where I put it, because like there's nothing at all that's angled to those mountains. Silly me, I should have did that from the start. But then the other part is I'm actually concreting the poles into the ground, so it's literally permanent. Like I can't just move it because I'm not happy with where it's at. Like when I dig these holes and pour the concrete, it has to stay there. So I don't know, I'm gonna brainstorm on this a little bit more and start digging, and we'll go from there, because there's nothing left to do but pull the trigger one way or the other. So here we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are enjoying my videos. Thank you guys who have so far. Thank you to all my subscribers. We're still pretty low in the numbers. I would love to finish out the year with at least 100. That'd be nice. But baby steps. Here we go. All right, so I think what I end up doing here is I'm going to start probably about here, I guess. And this works also because I don't know if you guys caught it, but there's like a slope to the yard over here. And so having this lump of yuccas and ant piles and cactus and whatever was growing here, helps to level this out. So yeah, I think I'm going to start here so that this foot is on this side, and then put the other foot closer to this side, so that way it is tied in. It's also back up against here, so it's not like a long walk off the deck, you know. If and when I decide to continue this, we'll see. But in the meantime, it'll work great for what it is right here. Probably have to pull that yuck out. Maybe not. This will be the post, so the swing will be like right over there. And so it's not really bothering, I guess. Yeah, should be fine. Here we go. We hit something. Come on, guy. Something I keep forgetting to mention is probably for the past 2.5 weeks or so, I've been down and not actually able to get out here and do much because I had pulled a muscle in my back chasing the dog. I don't even know where he is now. But yeah, I pulled a muscle in my back and kind of left me unable to even really stand up pretty straight. So I'm finally at a point where I feel okay. And I was just remembering that because of all this bending over to get into the ground. But yeah, I think it's all right. I think I'll do okay. Why is this winding me so much? It's a machine doing all the work. The rocks. That's what it is. It's the rocks. Alright, I think that's going to do it. It's good. You just go and grab a pole now. Which means I should also go and grab some gloves. I'll do that. And we're using more recycled wood from the garage build still, which I should be getting back to soon, hopefully. And this one's got one of the anchor nails in it, so I'm gonna have to try and bend that up so it fits in the hole. Maybe I'll try and bang it out, but one way or the other, I'll bend it up or bang it out. Alright, it actually ended up being way easier than I anticipated it being. To get it this far anyway. We need to get another tool to get it further out than this. See how that goes. Yeah, it's not coming out on its own. What to do? I'm thinking with a pry bar, I probably won't get enough leverage for this. But it's got to come out, so either that or I got to bend it down. Sorry for all the heavy breathing, you guys. It's one of those things that's a real pet peeve for me, but the microphone's like right here. Where else can I put it? Maybe I'll put it on my hat so it's not like crazy heavy breathing. How about that? It's probably better. I hope that's better. Alright, back to this. How in the world? Nope. Actually, yep. You can probably tell. Well, maybe you can't, but this wood is all warped from weather too, unfortunately, even though it's all like pressure treated wood. And apparently does not mean a ton of anything at the end of the day. And then another thing, thinking about it, with these wood projects I'm working on, excuse me, where I'm sinking wood into the ground with concrete, someone had mentioned to me that concrete will just like suck all the moisture out of the wood and make it rot. Which, you know, didn't make a ton of sense to me because isn't the wood like put in a kiln or like heat dried just so that it doesn't have moisture in it anyway? And so I would imagine by that logic that, come on, guy. I would imagine by that logic that we want it dry, right? So then the concrete drying it out really shouldn't kill things. It should sort of help things. But that's what I've heard. And I've debated like sinking it in, what do you call it? A plastic bag around the concrete or something. But that kind of defeats the purpose, right? Because you want the concrete to literally hold it in place. So, I don't know. Nobody's been able to articulate to me, though, the amount of time it takes for wood to just like completely have all the moisture sucked out of it by the concrete and then break. So I guess we'll see. I got a bunch of poles all over the place with concrete on the bottom of the wood, so time will tell. In the meantime, I'll keep doing it because it's what I got, which makes it cheap. And that's just how that's going to be. So so close. Come on, guy. Let's get out. This thing is so loose and it still won't come out. There it is. Big gigantic screw. Alright. I think as I stand this up, you'll be able to see how incredibly warped it is. Maybe. See, looks kind of like a banana. It's going that way at the top. That's literally just from being out here in the elements. So I'm not going to stress myself about it. That's just what we'll put up. And like I said, you know, if and when it decides that it wants to rot out, cross that bridge when we get there. All right. Now, I dug it deep enough, and this has me wondering if I even want to put concrete in here, because, like, yeah, I want to put concrete. I wouldn't want to be sitting on the swing and have it go like that much of an angle. So, yeah, concrete is probably going to be for the best. Yeah, all right. You go grab the concrete. Remember what I said about my back, so I'm being super lazy about literally carrying things at all. So this is incidentally the same bag of concrete that I use for to set the metal rod in the driveway. So it has not rained here in 41 days now, which has been good for me. It's still very much powder. Awesome. It is a little windy right now. I don't know if you guys can catch that. Hopefully not, but it's gonna blow everywhere when I put this in here. It's all good. It is what it is. It's funny, I was having a Caddyshack moment before, and like, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a hole I dug over there with a shovel. And there are 2 holes over there I dug it with a shovel, just trying to get these little, they're called ground squirrels, I guess, or voles, I don't know. They look like squirrels without the bushy tail. And they just dig a million holes here, everywhere, to the point that I feel like everything's going to collapse one day because there's so many holes and tunnels from them underneath it all. And one day it got the best of me, and I just got so frustrated and started digging the holes, trying to find like where their tunnels lead to. And so now there's a bunch of little holes everywhere. And here I am making a new hole just because those holes aren't good for what I want to do, I don't think. They're on the slope, so. All right. I even saw my stick and just chose not to bring it over here. I should have just brought it. That feels good already, even with no water. I don't love it. There is no water in here, and this thing is not wanting to move at all. That's interesting. No, it's not moving. All right, well. That's where it's going to sit, I guess. Grab my stick so I can get the water in there and stir it up. Started pouring and forgot to turn the camera back on. Oh, look who just showed up. My adopted dog. Against my will. She won't go away. I didn't leave myself too much room to actually play in here, but guess this will be some of the moisture it's sucking out, huh? I am A-okay with that because I want dry concrete anyway. She's leaving because I didn't give her food. Macho didn't love it. ¿Dónde vas? Go. All right. Honestly, I feel like I'm being lazier about this today than I generally am. Real half-hearted about even pouring this concrete. Like I said, because I'm so undecided on where I even wanted it. But what's done is done. All right. We got some good poured concrete here now. It's mixing, well, Quikrete, I should say. It's not concrete, but Quikrete. And it's mixing quite nicely with the clay and the dirt here. So I'm going to leave that for now and start working on the other one. Let that dry up some. So ultimately, on top of this is going to be another 4x. It might not be 4x10, 4x4x10. It is a 4x4x10 today, but I will likely cut it down because I don't need that much. I'm thinking maybe 6 feet, you know? Like a 6 feet opening. I'm about 5'11", so turn this like that. And yeah, that should be enough for the width to hold the swing. Probably not a hammock though. In case I wanted to put a hammock up, maybe I make it bigger. Maybe I do the full 10 feet, huh? It's probably a better idea. Yeah, I think I'll do that. About 6. Alright, so right about here, I am way off camera so you can't see me, but don't worry, I'll move it. And we'll go from there. But now I'm thinking I don't love this angle, because if this is going way over there, like, let me grab the camera. Take the gloves off. Alright, so yeah, if this is going like way over here, literally to where that pole is going up, I don't even know why that's sitting there, it's just sitting there. But if it's going all the way over there, then, you know, we're getting a lot of the side of this, and I don't know if I love that. You know what? I think I'm just going to do my 6 foot thing anyway and go from there. Yeah, that's how we'll do it. So I'm going to do this one now. Alright, you can see how the nail is sort of going straight into the bottom of this one. I'm not going to make myself crazy trying to take it apart. Oops. Everything's falling. Just going to leave that there, sink it into the ground, call it a day. Destroying everything. My little solar setup for the hot tub lights. Just yanked it out of the ground. And I didn't even see a hole it came from. Set it right there. Call it a day. For now, anyway. Yeah. It'll do. Back to what I was doing, though. So, like, right here. Nope. This was the 6-foot setup. Maybe I'll give it just a little bit more. This way, what's going to happen is there'll be an overhang on each side. I'm not going to cut the 10-footer. I'll just set it up there and, screw it in. But I'm not going to cut it down the sides. I'll just leave the overhang. That way, if I want to hang something on it later on, again, plants, whatever. Feels like I'm sitting directly on a rock here. No rocks. Straight deep hole. And I know I mentioned like how useful these things are before. If I had known how much utility I'd get out of it, I would have easily bought one of these last year. Like, this thing is incredible. Alright, sinking this guy down like that. Meeting with a tiny bit of resistance for that nail on the bottom, but that's okay. Should be okay. I'm thinking the slope persists. Let me take a step back and look at this. Yeah. Probably gotta come down like another 6 inches or so to meet that guy. Or chop off the top of this, and I don't want to do that either, so. In a world of all kinds of things I don't want to do, we're gonna dig deeper. I just realized that is pretty deep. I think I'm throwing dirt back in there every time. Because, yeah, the actual auger itself is going well below the surface line. Let's see what that does for us. That's way better. And they're both doing the banana thing to that side, which is funny because both of these did not start out that way. The ones on the side of the hot tub, but they're also doing that banana thing to that side. It's like they all have an aversion to the sun or something. I don't know. This is useful, but it's also all twisted up, so not that useful. But in terms of how this will sit, it's all right. It's not falling nowhere. It's a 10-footer or an 8? It's an 8. Okay, so cool. Doesn't quite make it, but I think my 10s will do just fine. I know somebody's probably yelling at me to measure as I go, but nah. All right. Should be doing some measuring, leveling, all kinds of stuff that I'm literally just not doing. Looks to be the last of this bag. That actually went way deeper than I thought it did. Way deeper. All right. I'll toss in this clay with a little bit of spilled concrete. All right. These poles are both so twisted and crazy. I don't think there's a great way to line them up, unfortunately. But they're in the ground. It's done. Well, it's part of it anyway. Now my next step is to grab a ladder, get the final beam stood up on it, and yeah, brace that. I'm going to do some corner braces for it, I believe, just so it doesn't have a lot of, back and forth flexibility. And yeah, should be good from there. Then it's just a matter of putting the anchors in for the hammock, and then one on the top for the swing to hang from. That way I have that one. That's what I'm going to put up today is the swing hammock. And then like a traditional hammock that would hang from both poles, I'll have the screws in place to actually just attach them whenever I feel like it. So in the meantime, I'm going to give this a couple hours to dry, and then I'll get back out here. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Thanks. Hey y'all, so I'm back. right before I started recording, I started trying to put it up and everything, and I ran into more problems than I was looking for. This ended up being one of those PETA projects, so I'm at this point kind of disgusted with it. Don't even want to finish it, but here we go. I'm going to show you what I've done. So there's the actual hammock swing, and it's sitting in there all good. I got the ladder over here, and I started doing this brace work here on both sides. I didn't finish it because I just wanted to make sure that I keep it down on both sides. And then suddenly that happened. So, well, like I said from the beginning, they weren't lined up, and that sucks. But this is way worse than that, because I thought I saved the best pole for last, and in a sense I did, because that one, the top one is not doing the whole like banana thing where it's leaning to one side or it's like warped to one side. What it's doing instead is it literally twisted, and so you can see it's straight and flat on one side, and then this side it literally twists up and then just kind of sits there all weird. I initially hung the swing there anyway just to see if like putting weight on it would bring it down, because like hanging from it didn't do anything myself, and nothing seems to be doing it. So I'm kind of at an impasse on how I'm even going to get that to connect properly to the pole underneath it. But for what it's worth, I mean, I sat in it more than a handful of times. Like, it works. It's functional. It doesn't come crashing down on you. It's obviously very dangerous like this, but I am pretty disgusted with this, what was supposed to be a super simple project, turning out to be something way more complicated for no good reason. But that'll sometimes happen. So I think I'm gonna wrap this up for now, this work anyway, and move on. Come back and battle it another day. Maybe after some rain, it'll start to settle down some, get soaked, and I can probably get it in there good then. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna stress myself about it. I'm kind of annoyed about it, but it's whatever. Move on.